back to the channel and welcome to another tutorial video, and today we are going to be learning Flourish Aces, which is my absolute favourite ace reveal ever, where you cut the deck in a super fancy way and one by one produce the 4 aces in a super fast moment of magic, and it ends with a really nice display of the 4 aces. It's a perfect intro trick if you want to go into something else with the 4 aces, or it can just stand alone as a flourish, a moment of magic that is amazing in itself. This is super practical and not that difficult. Like, if you know the Sybil cut, you're basically already halfway there, so that's good news. And I am by no means a cardist, I'm not a flourish expert, so don't panic, you'll pick it up relatively easy. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. So grab yourself a deck of cards, grab yourself the 4 aces, and let's learn this trick. But first, there's a couple of things I want to tell you about. The first thing is very exciting, and it's already been happening since the start of this year. This is an ongoing project. I have a podcast with my best mate Abby. There's a brand new episode every Monday, and on it we play games, we chat about life, we just generally have a laugh for an hour. So if that sounds like fun, make sure to check the link in the description and head over to the podcast. If you like what I do on this channel and you want to hear me talk about other things other than magic, then the podcast is a great place for that. We have a laugh. It is seriously one of the favorite things I'm working on at the moment. It's called Purely Platonic Podcast. Make sure to go and check it out. The second thing I want to let you know about is not anything to do with me. I've not been told to promote this. I am not being paid to promote this. This is just something I am genuinely really passionate about. My friend Chase from the channel Chasing the Illusion, who you might recognize from my London vlog I did a while ago, has an incredible new series called Is Magic Real, where he is trying to answer the question, believe it or not, is magic real? I know he's been working on this series for such a long time and so much work has gone into it, so I cannot wait to see it myself. I was lucky enough to be part of one episode, and in it we spoke about so many different topics. Make sure to go and check out Is Magic Real? Again, the link is down in the description. And actually, one last thing, while you're there, make sure to go and subscribe to Chasing the Illusion, because he is seriously one of the most underrated YouTubers in the magic community right now. I can't believe the guy doesn't have 1,000 subscribers. It drives me mad that he is not more respected, so make sure to go and subscribe. Again, he's not told me to promote this. I just think it's great work. Alrighty, without further ado, let's learn Flourish Aces. For this, we're going to be using the CVN strikers, which are still available at cvn.cards if you're interested. Now, the setup for this trick is super simple. When I created this flourish, I knew I wanted to have the 4 aces on top. I did not want them to be some at the bottom, some on top, some you're holding a break or anything weird like that. I just wanted the aces on top. There is one slight caveat to that, and that is you want the bottom 2 aces to be face up, just like this. So you've got 2 face down on top of 2 face up. They don't have to be separated, reds and blacks, that's just happened, but it's quite nice if that works out. You'll see why later on in the flourish. But basically, 2 are face down on top of 2 that are face up. And that is something you can basically do in front of your spectators. Like if I start normally, all 4 aces on top of the deck, I can just kind of fold those into position and it doesn't really look like I've done anything. Like I set the trick up then and there's barely any discrepancy, especially since you've not started and the spectators aren't looking. Like you can go through the deck, cull the 4 aces to the top and then do that little move and boom, you're done. So you can basically do this from a shuffled deck. In this video, I'm not going to focus too much on that aspect of it. I'm not going to focus too much on the cull or anything like that. I'm going to save all that stuff for another time, basically. But with the aces set up like this, we're ready to go. Now, it starts off like a Sybil cut. The actual cut, the actual flourish, basically starts off like a Sybil cut, and then it goes into something a little bit more complicated. You peel 1 ace off, you peel 2 aces off, boom, boom, the 4 aces appear. It looks complicated, it looks really flashy and flourishy, but actually for some of these aces you don't really have to do anything. They just kind of appear because of the mechanics of the flourish, so you're not really worrying too much about each individual card. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. I just want to show you that it starts off like a Sybil cut. So these are folded on top of this, and in fact I will keep them separated red and black, just like this. So we've got them folded like so. Now, the flourish starts, if you're unfamiliar with the Sybil cut, like this. I come over in end grip, or over grip, or biddle grip, it's got 100 names, and I peel up basically 1/3 of the deck, just like this. Now this thumb is going to push forwards, and we're in the commonly known Z position. that is the start of a lot of flourishes. This is the Z position, and you can basically just sort of lift up into this. You don't need to worry too much about doing one and then the other. You can pretty much just sort of do it at once. So that's the Z position, just like this. Now we're going to start that Sybil cut, so we're going to rotate these two top packets and grab that topmost packet between left middle finger and thumb and pull it all the way out. And you'll notice all these fingers are loose. I'm going to grab that middle packet, which was originally the top packet. I'm going to make it the top packet again. In order to do that, I'm going to grip it between index finger and ring finger, and my middle finger is going to go on top. So I pull it out just like this. That's the grip I'm using, and then I return it to the top. Now you'll notice I've not really done anything there. I go into Z position, I rotate, I grab that top packet, pull it to the middle, then I grab that middle packet and pull it to the top. So nothing's changed. The order of the deck is exactly the same. You can do that a couple of times if you want. It really doesn't affect anything. That top packet is just doing a little dance. It's just doing its thing. It's not really going anywhere. But we now need to do something, okay? So we've done this, and now we're here. We're now going to do something slightly different. This middle packet is going to come off to one side, and you'll notice how it sort of pivots around that bottom index finger. It pivots around just like this and folds over the thumb. So we're in Z position. We do the start of the Sybil flourish. Now this middle packet rotates around the index finger. It folds on top of the thumb, and the index finger curls on top of this packet. This hand right here, the thumb of this hand, is going to stay flush with this edge. Sort of the knuckle of it, the back of my thumb, is going to stay against this edge to sort of keep the packet down, to keep everything squared up. Now my other thumb is going to extend upwards. You'll notice as it extends upwards, it props this packet up. My index finger is going to curl just like this, and now my left middle finger is going to grip this packet. I'll show you just there. My left middle finger has gone around the packet as well, and now I'm going to clip that packet between my index finger and that middle finger, and that is going to extend. You'll notice it goes from here to here. It extends outwards, and that's going to go on top of the packet being held in the other hand. And you'll notice as it does that, as it comes down, my fingers are going to square that packet up so they can keep everything together. Now it doesn't go flush on that packet. You'll notice it's offset, right? There's a big overhang here, a big overhang here of about half the width, and that is super important. You don't want these packets to get mixed up. One's face up, one's face down, so it goes on top, offset, just like this. Now, that is complicated. You may need to replay that part of the video multiple times, but do not worry if you're finding that part of the flourish hard, because that is by far the hardest part. Just one more time at full speed. It rolls, it grips just like this. And we hold the packet like this. Your index finger can keep pressure down here, middle finger and thumb can keep that all together as one unit, one item. Now we need to start revealing some aces, and this is going to start to happen just like this. This hand is going to turn palm up, like so. And this hand, which is now in a very relaxed mechanics grip, and I've got my thumb and fingers ready, I'm going to grab that lower half. So I turn it face up, and I grab the lower half, which is the half that I've just put on this packet. It is technically the upper half, but I'm turning it face up just like this. I grab that lower half, but as I do, I'm going to peel one card from this packet away, and that is an ace right there. So at full speed, if I just reset everything, from the beginning, we roll, we twist, we flip, I turn face up, and I peel an ace away. That is the first moment. You can pause here if you want, or you can just keep the flow and go into the other aces. But that is a moment. These two packets now are just one. We're now basically on a 2-packet flourish. Things have got a lot easier, a lot simpler. You don't need to hold a break or anything like that. It's all set. The rest of the aces are now here. But how do we reveal them? I take these two fingers, which you'll notice are now completely free. They're not holding anything else. I can do sort of scissor with them. I'm going to clip this card just like so. And I'm basically going to do a little flip, just like this. That is all I'm going to do. I'm going to take this with my middle finger on top, and I'm going to switch it so that my index finger is on top, and I'm going to grab it. But as I do that, I'm going to use my thumb here and peel another card away, just like so. This actually reveals a second ace, but this in itself is a third ace. So this moment kind of does 2 aces in one. So as I do this little flip, an ace has been pulled away and it's now under this card that has gone back down. From this moment, this is what it looks like. I turn face up, I peel one card, I clip it, I peel this one across as I flip this card round, and I keep a break under both. Now I'm going to do that same clipping thing, but this time my index finger is going to go into that break that I just held, and I'm essentially going to flip both of these cards. But because there's two of them, they kind of split as I do it. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to peel from this packet to this packet, reveal the final aces, and once I've done this flip here, all I need to do is grab this ace, and I'm done. I'm now revealing the 4 aces in this super sort of jagged but symmetrical way. It's really cool. So let's reset. Let's go through the whole thing from the start. And again, I will keep the reds and blacks separate, and you'll see why. So they go face down on top. The whole flourish in semi-slow motion from this angle. Into Z grip, grab the top packet, grab it to the top again, roll this middle packet, roll it on top of this packet, square everything up, turn palm up, grab and peel one card away, grab it in scissor, peel one card underneath, keep a break, put that card on top. Same thing again, I go into the break this time, I peel one card away, I grab this, and 4 aces have been revealed. You'll notice when I keep the reds and blacks separate, I end up with the reds out here and the blacks on the packets, or vice versa. And again, it just creates another little bit of symmetry, which you don't even have to draw attention to verbally, it just kind of happens. But it's a nice little thing if you want to include it. It's really up to you. So there we have it. That is Flourish Aces, a really fancy way of producing the 4 aces, and it's just got a nice little flow to it that I really like. Now, speed will come with practice. Don't try and rush it to begin with. Take it super slow. Don't be afraid to drop cards. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. All of that will come with time, and I cannot wait to see your performances of it once you have it down, because oh boy, it is so addictive and so fun once you have it mastered. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want to see more stuff like this. Make sure also to go and check out my podcast and Is Magic Real from Chasing the Illusion. And I think that's everything, so I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.